Let's have a very warm welcome for our next presenters. We are R.A.P.
Sorry about that. My computer is just kind of raggedy. So we are R.A.P. Stands for Real and Positive. We are a hip-hop education program aiming to impact Kansas City's youth. How many of y'all like hip-hop? Everybody? All right, I need somebody to name two 90s hip-hop artists.
What do you say?
Biggie, Tupac, right here. We got a free CD.
All right, we got a free CD for that person.
We'll give it to you after. We'll give it to you after. All right, some of the younger students in here, what's some of y'all favorite rappers?
Mozzie.
Who? Drake? Too short? All right.
All right, so let's get into this. So what is We Are R.A.P? We Are R.A.P is an education program that develops urban youth leaders via hip-hop. It aims to raise the consciousness of participants by providing a structured space to produce thought-provoking and culturally relevant art. Right? They got that? Okay, there we go. So who are we? My name is Cartez Addison. People know me as Cartez Marcel. I'm a recording artist, a hip-hop entrepreneur, as Tommy Feltz dubbed me, and a community leader.
And I'm Royce Handy. I go by Sauce. I am a recording artist, a writer, and a community leader as well. And our story started, me and Cartez have a long friendship. And he was doing some work with Front Porch Alliance, Genesis Charter School with a hip-hop program. And I was working with City Union Mission and various boys and girls clubs around Kansas City. And so we're already sharing ideas about hip-hop programs. And with the community work that we already do, we worked with Aim for Peace, Ad Hoc Group Against Crime, KC Nova, Combat, a lot of other organizations like that using hip-hop to speak out against violence and other things. And we got contacted by Damon Daniels of the Ad Hoc Group Against Crime. He wanted to sit down and come up with a way to have his students and people who come to his organization use music and hip-hop and art to speak out against violence. It didn't go as planned, but me and Cartez took what we were doing separately, put it together, and now we have We Are R.A.P.
All right, so filling the void with hip-hop. Many organizations have music programs, but what we discovered while I've gone into other facilities, Sauce and I, and they have studios, they have music equipment, but there's no curriculum. There's nothing to show people how to use it. So, or if they don't have the curriculum, they don't have the teachers to teach the curriculum. So we kind of, we wanted to come and put that together to make sure that not only because we have equipment, we can actually show people how to do it.
Yeah. So our target is high school age students, but we do have a simpler curriculum for middle school age students. Competition. So far, we haven't seen anybody in Kansas City who has directly what we have with presenters who have hip-hop experience, except for Healthy Hip Hop H3. You guys probably know them. Roy Scott, who's actually one of our mentors. They do work with smaller children and focus on health, but they have contracted us to do work around Kansas City as well.
So we've seen impacts. We've seen that while we're teaching this, that kids are actually wanting to participate in this. Some of them come from a history, and they're forced to have to be in these programs. Like we worked with TNT, for example. And I'm not sure if you guys know what Teens in Transition are, but these are youth who may have gotten in trouble, and they had to come. But when they come, we discovered that, hey, they really want to be there. And this is something that they're really interested in, and it helps to keep them out of trouble, right? And also they get to learn about not just being a artist, right? So everybody can be the hip-hop artist to start, but we teach them about other opportunities in the music industry, like being a producer, being a writer, being a manager. So there's so many different career opportunities that you can get into with the music industry, and that's what we show them.
Yep, so we also do self-esteem building, kind of pulling on the roots of hip-hop and what it was created to do, public speaking and writing and storytelling. So what makes us different is our outreach. We work directly with local organizations such as schools, churches, community centers, also our mobility. This program is mobile. We use a professional studio to bring what we do directly to students. What that does is kind of eliminate the problems of any transportation hurdles that students, especially students East of Truth, may have. Also, it makes us expand beyond one particular community.
Our experience, so this is what qualifies us. We've both performed hip-hop for multiple years. We've seen and done a whole lot of things. We've traveled. We've been on the biggest stages in Kansas City. And we've also been featured in some of, like I said, some of the local outlets, media outlets, Startland News, KCUR, Pitch Magazine, Hot 103, 90.9, and more, just as individual artists. So I feel like that gives us an advantage because we're actually in the industry, right? And our curriculum. Go back. I'm sorry. I messed that up. There we go. So this is how it works. It's up to an 8-week program. We say up to 8 weeks because we can be flexible. Sometimes we don't have 8 weeks. Sometimes we have to figure out how to get this thing done in 4 days, which we've done that before. So it's flexible, workshop style class. The kids get to come in. We teach about history, literary technique, hip hop history, literary techniques, different writing forms. We teach song structure, basic music theory, and some recording techniques and performance techniques as well.
Yep. We also complete the project. We pick the beats, we write, edit, we record in front of each other, we critique each other, we complete it, and we have a finale where students can perform in a concert, release the song on music platforms, or shoot a music video, or in all instances, do all three. And here is an example of that work.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Really want y'all to see this. Help, anybody? Oh, there it is. Okay. So like he was saying, as a finale, sometimes the kids get a chance to perform. Sometimes we get the chance to make a music video. And this particular example is a music video that the kids created and the song that they wrote to it. If it works.
All right. We're going to open it up to the experts to go ahead and ask questions real quick.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
As you're going through, I had a couple of questions that I'd put down. Are you guys considered a nonprofit, or are you a for-profit business enterprise?
So we're registered now as an LLC, so for-profit at the moment, but we're still kind of exploring what the best options are for us to either be nonprofit or for-profit, because we have some other ideas as well.
Okay. And then, kind of a follow-up to that one then, who do you see paying for your services? In other words, where's your revenue stream that you're looking for?
So right now, we solely rely on the contributions of organizations that we partner with, YMCA, Boys and Girls Club, things like that. So they already have grants in place, and they contract us to be able to produce a program. But we'd like to move away from that if possible, instead of solely relying on them. This is what we're needing help with, trying to figure out ways to raise funds, because our heart's desires is to keep this free for the community. So I know grants and other things are available as well, but yes.
Okay, and if you're looking in that direction, that sounds to me like nonprofit.
That's the answer.
Yeah, nonprofit doesn't mean you don't make a salary. Mm-hmm. just so everybody understand. Do you have any success stories already? Have you?
Yeah, last year we did 2 pilot programs under Mayor Sly James. We did a program for teens in transition, which is put on by KC Nova. We did and it was in partnership with the Arts Tech building, and we did a music video we were trying to show you, but something's going on. And then we did another program, which Healthy Hip Hop helped us get at the Greg Kleist Center for the Mayor's Rock the Block program, or Club KC Mayor's Nights. And we did the official Rock the Block song for last year's Rock the Block. Then we got contracted with the Mid-Continent Public Library for a little bit over a year now, doing small writing sessions and performances, and they have got 2 full 8-week programs from us for this spring and summer. Okay, and just digging just a little bit deeper into the success stories. Have there been any individuals that you guys can then go and have their testimonials, or have them to help you to recruit more young people into the program, so to speak? Yeah, various students that we've worked with, a lot of them had already knew us from music around the city. I guess we can pull back on them and see how they like the program. Like Cortez said earlier, when we went into the place, it was kind of like, the hip hop was the highlight of the students' programming. They were like, the mayor and Gene Peters Baker, they were like, this was the best thing that we've seen the students do, creating a music video, and they were very invested. They wanted to share it on Facebook. They was like, give us the YouTube, give us the file. We want to show our parents, show our families. So we think that is a success story within itself. The students actually taking a liking to the program and making it their own. The goal is to give them a voice to do what hip hop does, especially in oppressed communities, to speak out against police violence and social justice. So,
also what happens, our students sometimes follow us on social media and things like that, so I get inboxes all the time from students having questions or asking how they can perform at a certain place. We've had people that we've worked with actually come and perform on a platform that we've created. So I think that we kind of get a good response from those students as well. Video? Okay, video.
Uh-oh, this is gonna be a problem. This is the TNT Cypher. You about to hear from the future. First up, we got Lil Kira. Let them know what's up.
I don't wanna lose my period, thought I wouldn't make it, thought I would fake it. Tell I'm the greatest, I don't really think hear me one time, get harp and one foot in front of another. I flip the whole world about my sisters, my brothers. Turn around and get a whole thing to my father. I just wanna see him happy cause I really, really love him, and I just learned patience. How you gotta rock with yourself, I ain't a hater, hurt they flocking, but I'm flocking as well. Every time I say something, it gotta be real, go out and get it, stack it up and put that box on the shelf. More of the story, get paper and feed your fam. Every time I feel lost, I flow like Peter Pan. You are not a boss, can't picture you being a man, seems so far away, but the picture's in my hand. Visions on my goals, focus on my paper.
Yeah, I'm solid in the struggle. Always survive big hustle. Big dude, big muscle. Old father couldn't trust me. Had calls coming in, so you know I answered them. Big dude, big muscle. So you know I hit a 10.
You don't know about the struggle. 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 You don't know about the struggle.
Yeah, look, let me tell you about my life. All my life had a struggle. I come from nothing, being broke, trying to hustle. Seeing people struggling. Look back at my life, think about my family, cause I love them. No sisters, no brothers, standing on my 10. I know the boys wanna count me out. It's mandatory, I'm gon' win.
Let them know, Rick, what's up?
You don't know about the struggle. Raised in Missouri, all we know is hustle. Count big bucks, you can call him Bill Russell. Raised in the hood, they all call me muscle. Money to the top, you can only trust a few. I'm tired of losing, how to get it how I do. All my life been counted out. People thought that I was down and out. Had to show them what the real was, so I don't be the one with my handout.
No handouts. This is the future. TNT Cypher.
You don't know about the struggle. 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 You don't know about the struggle.
What you know about the struggle? We just want to see change in our city. This is the TNT Cypher. My name is Cortez Marcel. I got my homie Sauce with me. And we are R.A.P. You dig that? Let's go.
You don't know about the struggle. 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 You You don't know about the struggle. You don't know about the struggle.
I think, yeah. That video was shot with the Teens in Transition program in their youth. Yep.
Okay, so great video. First of all, I'm happy to see both of y'all up here on the stage presenting. Okay, I thought somebody was saying something. I'm excited to see y'all here on the stage. Marcel, man, I would appreciate it if you take your hair down so we won't be looking like brothers here, man. What I would like to say, man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of both of y'all. I've had the opportunity to meet y'all years ago. I've had the opportunity to work with y'all in several different type of capacities. As a fan, what's next? What's next? What's the big goal, man? What's the big dream? What y'all doing for Kansas City?
What we doing for Kansas City? So obviously we want to continue to partner with organizations to continue pushing the platform forward. But right now we're working with, like I said, trying to figure out other forms of getting finances so that we can keep this thing going. We've talked with H3 and we're working on technology so that we can somehow integrate this via app or whatever that looks like. I'm not sure yet. We definitely like to take the curriculum and put it in schools, teach other music teachers or hip hop artists across the globe how it's done if they need it, if they want to present it to their youth. So that's kind of what we're working on right now.
All right. We're going to go ahead and turn it over to the audience. You guys got questions? I've got one here in the center.
Hi, it's nice to see a curriculum that the kids actually want, so I think that'll be nice. My question is that, do you know how much money you need, and have you gone to any of the record companies or any of the artists who are well known and asked them to support you?
Yes, we do know how much money it takes to run a full 8-week program. We have that broken down. We haven't really gone to any record executives or anything at this point, but we've just been kind of relying on the support that we've been getting from the organizations that we partnered with so far, like the Mid-Continent Public Library and so forth.
It seems that might be a revenue stream for you, and it would support them long-term, looking for those new artists as well. And then on YouNow, are you using YouNow as a venue? It's a form of YouTube, and they there's a lot of hip-hop out there that you can go and the kids vote on it, and you got different levels, and you should look into that. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Question here on your right.
Hi, my name is LaQuina. I just had a quick question to kind of piggyback off of hers. Just from a profit standpoint, what are you doing right now to gain profit, and what is your plans in the future? How are you going to scale this in order to make that profit, and what's your goal? What type of profit are you trying to make exactly?
Well, I guess the program for 8 weeks is set up to where we get a small weekly salary. We also pay for the labor that it takes to bring the equipment to the studios and the materials the equipment to the students, and pay for the materials that the students need. So as far as profit, I don't know, it's because it's not like I don't know, I guess we're selling ourselves, I don't know. But we don't have a tangible product that we're selling and we're buying and trying to make money off of. I'm not sure.
But it can morph into some things like that. We have talked about merchandising and different things of that nature that may help pay for this program and also help, that bottom line. So.
Got a quick question for you in the center.
Have you ever thought about hooking up with Restoration House, who works with human sex trafficking, because they go to high schools on a regular basis, and a rap song to go with that would be awesome.
We've never talked to them directly, but I absolutely always looking to partner.
Well, I'll get your contact. I'll get you their contact information and hook you up.
Yeah, we've you seen the girl on the video. She was the first person to rap. She was excited when she did her verse. All the boys are like, "Oh, we got to write our verses over. She killing us." And it's kind of funny because hip hop is very male dominated, And we wanted to make sure that we include everybody. We just got into a conversation with the Hickman Mills School District to do a middle school, I think 8th grade class of all girls who want to rap about sexual molestation, assault, being a girl growing up in Kansas City and in the world in general. So we're definitely down to talk about sex trafficking or whatever else.
Question here on your right.
So what's the biggest challenge so far in the revenue stream? And what would your big ask of a room full of people who might have connections within the music industry or something like that be?
So you're saying, so basically the biggest challenge is trying to figure out the funding, staying consistent. If we had our dreams that this thing will run year round, you know, right now it's 8 weeks, and then we may not have another program for another 2 months, and then maybe we'll get booked for 4. So just being more consistent, and once again, just helping us figure out how we can have access to funding so that we can make it that. You know, and perhaps if you do have connections in the music industry, we definitely need help with equipment. We're very limited with what we have, even though it works. But of course, we can expand if we have more equipment. We can serve more youth.
Got a couple questions in the center. I'm gonna start right here.
Yeah, hi. This sounded great, and I'm wondering. Excuse me, since you have your curriculum, have you thought about creating like an online course? And maybe for that online course, people actually do pay an enrollment fee, and then you could reach like a broad audience that maybe has that income to pay, because I think there'd be so many parents who'd be so into their kids getting into that, and then you could use that income to help support your community involvement. So kind of like a Skillshare class, you know, since you have 8 weeks of curriculum, it could be really cool for people.
Yeah, we've talked about, in talking to Roy Scott of Healthy Hip Hop, we've talked about doing something like that, like an online module where students can log in, and this week we're going to learn about literary techniques and what is a metaphor and a simile. But I think that's a great idea is, you know, parents pay $20 and your student can have this for 8 weeks or something. Or yeah, school or, yeah.
Another question up front.
I definitely think marketing and selling your curriculum would be extremely beneficial. I work for Senator McCaskill, and I would love to get the opportunity to talk to you about possible grant opportunities, funding for after-school programs, that sort of thing. So I'll catch you after.
Perfect. Last question for you guys. What can we as a community do to help you?
Continue to lead us to the right direction. All right. Man, me and Cortez, we do a lot of stuff around Kansas City. We have a monthly hip-hop program we do at Westport Coffee House. We're actually on a promo tour right now. We just got back from Killeen, Texas. We're doing the South by Southwest showcase next month. And all the music is good, positive, community uplifting. Hip-hop, man, it's just like the roots of hip-hop. So I would say also, if you see us doing anything around the city, come support, come out, buy a CD, support the kids.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out today. We had a couple awesome presenters. Don't forget tonight, our extra special event. Please, if you guys love Kansas City and the entrepreneurial community and 1 Million Cups, come out, show some love. Be here tonight at 6 o'clock for our extra special Black History Month 1 Million Cups event. Thank you. Have a good day.